Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm here tonight again with Jane Flanagan. We are going to give you an update this evening on the community center. For those that haven't watched us in the past, the Decatur Community Center, we've been having some issues. The building has been closed for a while. Um, just a lot of political stuff going on in the town, so on and so forth. You can find our videos on YouTube under the Mike Cyber Show. Again, I'm Sherry from the Blue Seahorse Show, and I have Jane Flanagan here, and she's going to give us an update on the Community Center in Decatur. Jane.
Okay, as of today, when I was down at the building, the company that's tearing the annex building down, which is the problem we're having, the problem the city's having with it, and they're supposed to have it all cleared off by no later than tomorrow. And they'll be filling in the hole where the basement was at on Friday morning. And we should be able to open back up probably on Tuesday, if they'll let us. Right now, we're having a little bit of an issue trying to get the water back on, and we may have to delay it for a week because we got cleaning to do. We have, because we haven't been open for a few months, we still have food donations that we've got to put out on the shelves and work that has to be done. And one of the things that we have put in for is the weekend work crew from Van Buren County Jail to come in. We have floor buffers and stuff, and they've been in several times and used all the equipment, and they will help us. And one of the other issues we have, just recently, I've had reports from other people, and myself, I went down to the building to take food in and stuff, and we have found lights on and doors open that wasn't supposed to be. The gym lights were on, and come to find out, one day last week, my husband went by there and saw lights on. Almost the whole building was lit up. So we called the police and we went in there. Come to find out, somebody's been living in there. And we just found out, we knew somebody was in there and doing things, but we didn't know someone was living there. So it's quite a mess. They've trashed a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of cleaning up to do. And they ate out of the food pantry and busted the door to the food pantry, so we have to get that fixed and secured. That's the biggest job, is just cleaning up the mess and getting the clothing center back in order, because it's been trashed too. And there's clothes all over the floor. We've got to get all that done before we can open back up. At this point, with the city, our problem right now is getting the water back on. They have told me that they'll do it. First they said they would do it on Friday. Now they're going to do it on Monday. So in my time down there and checking things out and different things, I've had people come by and talk to me. And a lot of people in town didn't know all the things that was going on there. And once they found out, it was when they see somebody there, everybody wants to stop and talk and see what, you know. Mm-hmm. So there's more people aware of what's really the fight that's going on with City Hall. There's more people aware of that. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact that we're financially destitute because we haven't been able to do anything in the building. Mm-hmm. In fact, our board, a few people on our board has actually, including myself and my husband, has paid electric bills there to keep the freezers and stuff going. Of course, we don't need heat right now. So we're kind of destitute, and we're starting from ground zero, you know. We're really fortunate out of southwestern Michigan. There's 2 food pantries that's self-sufficient, and we're one of them. So with donations and stuff, we don't require a lot of money for the food pantry. We've got equipment that's not working, you know, like we got a couple of refrigerators that quit working. We got an electric stove that quit working. We have no idea what's going on with that. And we got a freezer that's down. So we've got to replace stuff too. And we're working on that. We had one guy donated us a refrigerator and we got it and it didn't work. So now we've got it, you know, we've got to get it replaced. Mm-hmm. And it did stay cool enough, you know, that we could keep some stuff in there. And we don't know. We've heard a lot of rumors about the city is not planning on letting us open back up. And it's come from more than one area. It's come from a lot of people. When I was down there one day, just cleaning up the yard because people threw garbage around and filled our garbage thing out front. So we were changing bags and stuff. I bet you I had 25 people stop and talk and, you know, want to know what happened to the building and stuff. So it's really been interesting to see the people that are interested in really what's going on down there. It's really nice. The other area that we're just in conflict with the city. And there's no two ways to put that. I mean, that's just the way it is. And we were told when we had people that were going to take the building down for free. It would have cost us $2,500 to get a guy to come in and get the asbestos out of there. We had a guy that would take the building down for free for the bricks and stuff. Mm-hmm. He already had the bricks sold, and they refused to let us do that. So they were telling us, you know, we had to put a cap over the building, we had to water the building down while they were taking it down, and we had to have special containers to put it in. And we had a lot of companies that we had contacted about getting the asbestos out of there that wouldn't even come and do it because there wasn't enough asbestos in there to pay for them to come. Like one was in South Bend, and the lady said it wouldn't even pay for us to come up there. You know, you got 163 foot of asbestos. We're not going to come up there. We couldn't even make no money on it. So when they started tearing it down last week, like I said, we were in and out of there, and I believe you were too. And they did not encap the building at all. They did not put a cap over it. I went down there one day to check the mail, and they had water going, and it was in a spurt, like a garden hose type of thing. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it was behind the backhoe. It wasn't even spraying on the building. It was hitting the back of the backhoe. And the water wasn't even spraying on the building. So when I questioned that, the guy said, "Oh, I just laid that hose down for a minute. You know, I'm getting back to it." And I said, "Okay." So today I find out when I'm down there, I had people stop me and told me that they see no water being put on the building at all. They see no special containers. All they seen was them putting the stuff in the dump truck. And a guy that works for the railroad that's on our board said they were loading it on a train with no special containers or nothing. They were loading it on a train and taking it someplace. So today there was a guy complaining because they were asking his children, they were going to pay them to go over and pick up stuff around the hole and where they have taken the building down, that they they didn't want to take the time to pick it up. And he refused to let his children over there because everybody was talking about how alarming it was that there was so much asbestos, and he was afraid of his kids picking this stuff up. So to me, they're not concerned about anybody's safety, you know. The way we were going to take the building down and the asbestos out of there is nothing like what it happened, like they told us it was going to be. I think when it comes to opening the building back up, I don't know what it's gonna take. They are not giving us an answer on what we need to open up. One of the things that, like I said, we need the water for the bathrooms. And, because we do have a lot of people that come in for food pantry or whatever that would like to use the bathroom as well as us. And at this point, we can't. There's a lot of work that has to be done on walls and stuff that we had started when we were trying to get okayed for the homeless veterans. We had started a lot of projects, and we're going to have to finish that. And now we're delayed on getting okayed, getting certified to take in homeless veterans, because now we're 4 months behind on that project. So I have talked to Debbie Stabenow's office, and they're doing a really good job of working with me and giving me information that I need and getting me stuff that I need to know before we go on with this. The things that we need before we can get certified.
Right.
And one of them is shower walls. We have locker rooms that have massive, big massive showers. They want them blocked, in blocks. So we do have some shower walls, not very many. And we're running behind on our donations for bicycles because we're not being able to be there. I went there one day and there was some bikes sitting by the door, and I took them in. But we're running behind on a lot of the donation stuff, like our coat giveaway. We have next to no coats, and we've been buying them at yard sales, so we can have our coat giveaway in October. I don't know what's going to happen. A teacher from Decatur does the haunted house up there every year with the Honor Society, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get him in there in October to do his haunted house, and that raises a lot of money for them. Besides, they get credit for that, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but they take food donations for us at the door. So if you take some food up there and donate it, they discount the tickets. So they make a little less money. But that's our payment, is the donations for the food pantry. So at this point, we don't know what's going to happen with that. So I guess whenever I go to a board meeting for the city, I'm not getting answers. And now that the building's down, I should be able to get answers at the next meeting. I don't know if that's going to happen. The leadership seems to think that we don't need the building. We've had people on the city board that says because we're running in the red that we don't know how to run it and we shouldn't be in charge. We've never ran in the red before. The only reason we're in the red is because we're down. Now we're going to be billed for $44,000. We got to pay the city back $44,000 for taking the building down, and more. That was just a flat. I mean, there's other stuff that's added to that too. If they haul too many truckloads away, you got to pay for the extra trucks and different things like that. And so that's, not only are we in the hole, but now we're really in the hole. And they're only giving us 180 days to do this, to pay him back. So 6 months is not a long time to raise $44,000+.
It's even going to be longer if they don't let us back in.
Well, yes, we won't be able to run. We won't be able to pay. We won't be able to pay back at all, because if we can't have fundraisers in there and we can't get donations, and we've gotten a few donations. If we can't get donations to help us, then you're right. The city's going to walk away with our building and everything in it. It's discouraging to me because when we started off, and you were involved at that time, we did so much there. And my pastor, Carl Wright, he was mentoring and stuff, and he would have the kids down there, and they would get time to do goodies good things, you know. And when he got done at the school, and he couldn't be there often because he's legally blind. So if he didn't have a ride there and a ride home and that, then he couldn't be there. But he would work with the kids at the school, and he would give them incentives, you know. So we have pool tables and foosball tables, and we have all kinds of, we have a nice game room that the kids can play in. We have chess sets. We had a couple of people that were teaching the kids chess, to play chess. We had a backgammon, and I learned how to do that by, you know, being there with that. So there's a lot of things that we could do with the community that's not being done. And like you said, if we can't get back in there and start raising money or get donations, then we're going to lose the building.
The gym alone is an excellent place. You do not even have to have an activity or any kind of a fundraiser. If the doors are open, my grandson's only 4 years old. He walks in there, he goes right into the gym, and he's looking for the ball. Yeah. He's going to bounce the ball around the gym. He's going to have fun. It is an awesome building for so many things to happen. But I did want to say too, before we got a lot more to talk about, but I wanted to give everybody Jane's phone number, 269-370-7002. If you have any donations, or if you have any way you think that you can help us out in this matter, maybe helping us raise some money, food donations, whatever, just give Jane a call, and we'll go from there. Right now, unfortunately, we don't have a phone set up now at the community center.
We had to have it shut off because we couldn't afford to pay for it. Now, one thing I do know is going on, if we're allowed to get a permit for it, is the Young Marines is in our building. They have an office in our building. Well, they have a couple of rooms, actually. And they want to do a hog roast in the fall. They want to do a hog roast for us and try to raise some money. Bob Kuzmak is in charge of that from Decatur, and he's going to donate the pig. I had a guy the other day, he's our meat cutter for our meat when we have dinners. He said that he'll make sure that I get 40 pounds or better of chicken legs, the whole chicken leg, to help out there. They've done, it's Shelton's in Niles. They have done an excellent job whenever we've needed anything. I mean, they go overboard just to make sure that we get our meat cut the way we need it and all that. And they've donated stuff. In fact, for your fundraiser, when you had your breast cancer, they donated 10 pounds of hamburger for the spaghetti sauce. I mean, they're really nice. They're good to us. Village Market Decatur's good to us too. They donate a lot of stuff. So at this point, like you said, we're at the point where we're asking for donations. We're going to hit the ground running, trying to raise money, and hopefully, you know, get the 44,000 plus paid off. If we don't, we have looked at a couple of buildings, and we can't afford that either. Because if we get a building, we don't have a way to raise money to pay the utilities and stuff. So or the rent, or, you know, unless they donated the building. But we don't have a way to pay the rent and the utilities if we have to move into a smaller spot. And one of the board members says, well, we can just have it in your garage, Jane. I'm thinking, no, I have stuff in my garage. I don't think we're going to fit a food pantry in there. But yeah, one of the things that I'm really worried about is the coat giveaway. I'm really worried. Last year we gave almost 100 coats away, and boots and gloves and all that. And our board, a couple of our board members went down to that place where they sell the gloves, and they bought big bundles of gloves for the kids. So to me, they're more important. They're more important than food, you know, for the food pantry, because we do get donations for that. But my coat giveaway is what I'm really worried about. Or even the bikes we got, you know, we can go for another year collecting. I'll take anything I can get, though, because we would like, this year, we were gonna have the bikes all fixed up and have the kids come down and decorate them the day before, and we were gonna have them in the 4th of July parade.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the bikes, but we couldn't get into the building to fix them and paint them and get them ready for the kids. We do have a couple dozen bikes, which is next to nothing compared to what we've given away. One year we gave almost 80 some bikes away one summer. And we pick times, you know, when we do it, like the beginning of the summer and just before school starts. And we had one girl that brought 2 smaller bikes up there and traded them for a bigger bike. So we come out good there, you know, because we got 2 bikes. But yeah, I'm really worried about the kids at this point that's not going to have coats. And whatever coats we have left over that the community doesn't take, and there's a lot of them that bring in coats too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But they go to Head Start. We have a lady at Head Start, and they go throughout the Tri-County area and distribute coats that we have left over. We give them away 2 Saturdays in a row, and whatever we have left over, we give to the Head Start people. So,
Well, we're reaching out. We're reaching out today and asking for our community, surrounding area. We're asking for help. We need to keep the building. We want to keep the building. We have a lot of things that we can do with the building. You know, I'd like to see dances or, you know, musicians come in, you know, just different things. But we've been shut down for so long that we haven't been able to proceed and to do anything else in the building.
we had a karaoke several times in the gym. And the first time we had it, it was like half full.
Mm-hmm.
The second time we had it, of course, there was a little bit more. And then it went back, when it got summertime, you know, the count went back down. But, and then we've had a lot of different things. We had a live band in there one time, and they were looking for somebody to have a playoff, or what do they call it?
You know,
A battle, where they,
Battle of the Bands,
Yeah,
kind
there
of,
you
yeah,
go.
Battle of the Bands.
and the people that were supposed to come in and battle against them, somebody ended up in a car. Something happened; they couldn't come in. So we ended up with one band, but it was nice. They were local, and it was a good band. We had a guy that come in and did DJing for school kids, and that's another thing. You got a lot of school kids that don't qualify for certain dances, like the prom. That's junior and seniors. So we had the idea a couple years ago that we were going to have a dance for the kids that was below the 11th grade down there the night of the prom. And the school wouldn't cooperate with us. They wouldn't hand out flyers. And so we did different things. We got creative and we tried handing out flyers. And we had some kids that come down there. And it would have been a lot better. It would have been a lot better, I think. We had needed more time to prepare for it. But that's one of the things that we'd like to do too, is the kids are caught in between that don't have a place to go have a dance, you know, and give them a place to have that dance. And we had a father-daughter dance there one night, and we had the dinner before and the father-daughter dance, and we ended up with, I think, 15 father-daughters. And it was really nice. It was a nice thing to see. We've had auctions there. The city put a stop to having the auctions there. I have no idea. We never got a reason why. But we had auctions there, a couple of auctions there. And I'd like to get that started again, because there's a lot of people that...
Whatever happened to the Christmas bazaar, where we brought all the vendors in? We're trying to sell things too.
Yep, we had in November, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we had a big, and it was big. I mean, we had the whole gym and the first floor, and there was a problem because at that time we didn't realize it. We really didn't, that the city expected us to insure every one of them. Well, we got liability for us, but we didn't realize that. So you have to go to an insurance company that's a special vendor just for that. And like that covers the fights and stuff like that, and you have to do that. So we were going to try to get Christmas in July this year, but then we were shut down. But we always have a good turnout. And then over at the high school, the junior senior high, they have a arts and crafts show that Saturday too. They were sending people over to our building because they knew we were over there. We had people even outside because we had too many people. And I didn't want to put them on the second floor. I just wanted the first floor in the gym. So it's turned out. I'd love to have another one of those. We had good food. And I mean, a lot of the people were just so friendly, and we had a good time. We'd like to have, like twice a year, we'd like to have one of those.
Well, I know I was when they first got the building, I was GED instructing.
Right.
The turnout was not the greatest. It was before we got into the building, but as we were getting to the building, it was getting colder, and so that it just kind of fizzled out. But I would like to see something like that move back in there again, because there's many students, young mothers, kids that just could not stay in the school system,
right,
that would like to get their GED. Well, there's so many, they have to travel so far to do so, that that'd be something we need to get back in there too.
Well,
at
that's
some point.
like the annex building. That's why we gave the annex building to Hope Ranch.
This is the one that was tore down.
Right. Because that's what they were going to do. They weren't going to do the GED. They were going to do special, like a skill center, an apprenticeship. A lot of the people that they had affiliated with them in Kalamazoo, these kids went on to be plumbers and electricians and did work for Hope Ranch. And she has a big foster care system under her. And that's why we gave the building to them. We wanted that because there's so many kids in Van Buren County that could use that. So we gave her the building. And unfortunately, the guy that she hired to come down and fix the building, it wasn't in bad shape then. He just tore it up. He was supposed to secure the roof and different things, and it didn't happen. And that's how it ended up the roof ended up caved in. And I would have loved to seen that. We also had Southwestern Michigan College come in there and wanted to put a arts program in there, but he said it would cost too much. He said it would cost $50,000 to redo the building, and they didn't have the funds to do that. They didn't have the grant to do it, so they dropped out. And that was early on. That was right after we got the building, and it was in a paper that we got the building and all that. So.
Okay, well, I know we've got about 2 minutes left here, but I just wanted to give Jane's phone number again, 269-370-7002. If you have any ideas on how you can help us, or if you'd like to donate, or if you just simply have questions and need more information, you need to feel free to call, and to let us know. You got anything final? Any last concerns?
No, I know that we have a relative of ours that belongs to a fairly good-sized church, and their whole church members donate $1 a week for us. Now they've decided they're going to hopefully send it to us. They got to vote on it yet. So if we could just get $1 a week from everybody that sees this,
Right. Well, our time is about up here, so thank you for watching, and good night.